The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Wednesday, October 18, indicate that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, who knows Tucker McCall, Trevor Street Johnson, moved money to Mamie Johnson's, Veronica Red. Company account will keep bragging about her influence over him. Phyllis will wonder if Tucker is using Mamie to advance his interests at Chancellor Winters. Phyllis will wonder what brings her there so late as Tucker and Audra Charles. Zuleika Silver, argue till Audra Charles arrives. Phyllis will point out that Audra destroyed Summer Newman's Allison Lanier marriage after labeling Audra a predator. Since Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, came to Audra with all of his problems with Summer, Audra will not agree. Tucker will acknowledge that they currently have an arrangement and make it plain that he would prefer Phyllis to go. Audra will be upset that Tucker is still associated with Phyllis after Phyllis leaves because she might jeopardize their intentions. Tucker will be pleased that Audra used the word our, so Audra will concede that she is on board and would prefer to work somewhere she will have control. Tucker will be dubious and believe Audra may have overplayed her hand as she makes suggestions that she is on the verge of persuading Kyle to betray his family. Kyle is ready for a change, Audra will insist, and she's sure he'll want to take her place at the top of Jabot. On Wednesday's I&R episode, Mamie will have a drink with Nate Hastings, seen Dominic, in the jazz lounge and will once more push him to rejoin the group at Chancellor Winters. Even if Lely Winters, Crystal Khalil, and Devon Hamilton Winters, Brayton James, did forgive him, Nate wouldn't want to work for a company where his opinions aren't respected. Mamie will, however, continue to insist that she wants the family to reunite, while acting as though Nate will only receive scraps as an outsider to the Newman household. When it comes to Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, Nate will think Mamie is planning a revolution, but Mamie will pretend that Jill will eventually grow bored. If Mamie succeeds in all of her endeavors, Nate will eventually concede to consider coming back to Chancellor Winters once she persists. Having said that, Nate won't believe he can move forward with Devon and Lily at this time. Mamie will gladly surmise that all she has to do is disprove Nate. At the Abbott estate, Kyle will tell Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, that he's just having a tough night and all is well. Kyle will admit that the brothers appear to be getting along again until the conversation shifts to Jason Thompson's, Billy Abbott, proposal to reveal all of their information on Tucker. Billy suggests leaking the incriminating Tucker news first thing in the morning because he wants to get things out quickly. Jack will determine that they should give it some thought tonight and start working on it first thing tomorrow. Jack will say that he hopes to find Kyle a suitable position at Jabba once Billy goes, but Kyle will just want the co-CEO position back, and he will now realize that's not going to happen. The tension between Jack and Kyle will be noticeable to Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, and Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, when they return home. Diane will accompany Kyle to Crimson Lights and advise him to exercise patience in obtaining the part he desires. Kyle is going to act as though it would be unfair to ruin Jack and Billy's relationship. Rather, Kyle will make hints about a fresh offer he's thinking about. Diane will let Kyle to choose his own path, even if she would prefer to see him return to Jabot, as long as it doesn't lead to Audra. Kyle will jump to Audra's defense and pretend that Diane must come to terms with the fact that he enjoys being with her. Kyle will text Audra, "Let's talk," and leave her stroking her own back in Tucker's suite once he learns where Jack stands. Tucker is going to advise Audra to continue cautiously because it feels like a trap. Tucker will believe Audra has a blind hole since she has fallen in love with this guy. Despite Audra's protests, that's not how Kyle thinks. Although Tucker isn't willing to let Audra's emotions get in the way of their plans, she will concede that Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, might yet return and ruin everything. Tucker will later run into Mamie downstairs after stating that's never going to happen. After their courteous exchange, Tucker will inquire about how things are doing in Mamie's world. She will respond that she can't complain and go upstairs. Keep an eye out for updates on Tucker's wild antics, as the young and the restless spoilers indicate that he has more mischief in store. Make CDL your go-to resource for amazing spoilers, news and updates on the young and the restless.